All right, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Trump, but credit where credit is due, because I just read through the terms of the new agreement with Iran, and it is a massive win for the United States. First, he got them to give up 11 tons of enriched uranium. That's 98% of their supply. They agreed to dismantle 13,000 centrifuges used to enrich nuclear material, and they agreed to cap the purity level of the little enriched uranium they still produce at 3.67%, which is 1/30th the level you'd need to make a bomb. And to ensure they don't go off the rails, they agreed to allow independent inspectors to conduct on-site inspections of all of their nuclear sites, including undisclosed locations we discovered through surveillance. On top of that, the Strait of Hormuz stays open and Iran gets no additional cut of oil that flows through it. Wait, hang on a sec. Shit, you guys, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Those were the exact terms of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, also known as the Iran nuclear deal signed by President Obama. That deal was so thorough and so well executed that in every single one of the more than a dozen independent inspections, Iran was fully compliant, including all of the inspections conducted by Donald Trump's own State Department. And on top of that, Obama's deal took the Strait off the table as leverage, because in exchange for giving up their nuclear weapons program, they got relief from sanctions on oil sales. So closing the Strait would have hurt them just as much as anyone else. But Trump tore up the deal anyway, because just like with the Affordable Care Act, any policy that proves Obama was 1,000 times the president Trump will ever be is an unacceptable living reminder of Donald Trump's incompetence and inadequacy, because there is nothing Trump hates more than a mirror that tells the truth about his reflection. A Velveeta Cheeto who is somehow simultaneously both twice the man and half the man that Obama continues to be. So with the deal torn up, within a year Iran had enough enriched uranium to be a problem, so sanctions were reimposed and the Strait was turned back into a hostage. But because Donald Trump can't make a deal durable enough to serve as President Obama's toilet paper, he painted himself into a corner and had no choice but to turn to the military to try and bury the problems he couldn't solve with a pen.
So this is the latest breaking news. Donald Trump is not happy with Iran's response, saying that they want to bring back Obama, that they only want to talk to Obama, the GOAT, someone on the varsity team. So after Donald Trump heard this, this is what he looked like. He was not happy. And I have Obama's response. It's so good. I got a photo of him when he was learned of this, what Iran wants. Here we go. I'll get it. Now this is Obama's response after he learned that Iran wants to deal with only him, the GOAT, the go-to guy, and that he's on the varsity team and not Pee-wee football. So here we go. I think it's hysterical. Look at his response. It is so good. Way to go, Obama. And we will see you hopefully for a third term. And yes, it'll be really interesting to see what happens with Obama and possibly Iran negotiations. Awesome. There you go. He smiled.
Let me get this straight. Did Iran really call Obama the GOAT and suggest he's the only American leader that can negotiate with them? While Trump keeps warning about nuclear weapons, some Americans are now asking whether the country was more respected under Obama. And now Trump supporters are getting nervous because this conversation is getting bigger every single day.
So a lot of people was wondering if Iran was going to respond after Trump rejected their ceasefire proposal, calling it garbage, saying it's totally unacceptable. What they did, their parliament speaker, Mohammed, he responded Monday. That was yesterday, y'all. Everybody's saying today. That was yesterday when he said this. He said their armed forces are ready to respond and react to anybody, any aggressor that tries to attack them. Because he knew what Trump said about if they didn't accept or come to any kind of agreements, that it would be new attacks. So for everybody that's saying, oh, Duke, you don't know what you're talking about, I don't know you get your information. Trump said this is going to be over with in a couple of weeks, man. I don't know where y'all get that from. Or some of y'all said a couple of days. I don't know where y'all getting that from. He made this statement yesterday, y'all. And why did he make this statement? We can only assume because of what Trump said. If they don't come to agreement, he said you can look for some bangs and sparks going over Iran again, new attacks. And he said that their armed forces are ready to respond to any new attacks. Everybody saying, Duke, what side are you on? I live in the United States. I live in the United States, but I don't want war. We need to come to an agreement. Let everybody live, man. This is affecting everybody. This is affecting the world. For all the millionaires out there, all y'all who saying this ain't affecting me, hey, man, it's affecting a lot of people, man. Just because it's not affecting you doesn't mean it's not affecting everybody else. I don't want war. I want them to come to agreement, man, so everybody can live, man. We can live, have a good life. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. If you didn't know, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Love y'all. Be safe out there. Big Duke out. You ought to know. Thank me later.
Overnight, Donald Trump posted dozens of times on Truth Social calling for President Obama's arrest, calling President Obama the most, quote, demonic force in American politics, suggesting that President Obama received $120 million from Obamacare, and more in a lengthy tirade that spanned over 30 posts in a matter of minutes. It's not a surprise to see the president struggle to stay awake during the day when he's up all night, ranting on Truth Social and reposting just absurd claims. None of his claims are actually true, and the reason I even make these videos are because for years, the right attacked President Biden for not being fully fit to serve. Staying up all night and posting radical claims, calling for the arrest of President Obama, saying that President Obama is treasonous, all of these things, I mean, that is, any media personnel should look at that and say, that's not fully fit either. And this is not a just let Trump be Trump moment. Presidents should be held to a higher standard. Spread the word, follow for more.
Barack Obama stopped Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon without forcing the entire world to pay more for gas.
MAGA Republicans are freaking out because President Obama has reassumed his position as symbolic figurehead in the aftermath of Donald Trump failing so terribly to build up our relationships with leaders like Prime Minister Mark Carney, who met with President Obama just yesterday. Even Laura Loomer is, I guess, taking to the internet to say that this is an attempted coup, but that would never... Wait. Obama 2028. Wait. Obama 2028. Hold on.
Let's not forget that Barack Obama reached a deal that prevented Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. Trump ripped that deal up. Now we're at war with Iran to prevent them from getting a nuclear weapon, which Trump said he obliterated their capacity for it late last year.
So Iran just tweeted out that they will only negotiate with Obama. Yeah, they said, sorry, we're holding out for the GOAT. Yeah, we're not talking to you. We were going to wait for President Obama, the greatest president of all time. We ain't fucking with you, but we're chilling here by the Strait of Hormuz until you send in the varsity team. We will only negotiate with Obama. Oh my, Trump's head is going to explode. He's... I'm sorry. Oh my God. Trump, there will be ketchup, french fries, and cheeseburgers hitting every wall of the White House tonight. Because Iran is straight trolling Trumpy McDumper pants. He's wiper, clean up on the aisle, Oval Office. Yeah, he got a big load right now after this one. Yeah, Iran is trolling Trump. They said they're only going to negotiate with Barack Obama. Fucking genius.
Not Iran talking about they want to negotiate with the GOAT. Talk with the GOAT. And they ain't talking about Trumpity Trump.
This was surprising, and this is what is making Trump supporters nervous right now because every single day something new keeps coming out. Every day, new development, new reaction, new tension, and people are starting to panic because they believe in their leader and expected stability. Now, today, many were expecting that maybe the relationship between Iran and America would move forward in dialogue, maybe even bring some kind of agreement, but instead, what we are seeing is completely different. It's starting to look like a breakdown rather than progress. Reports and reaction coming out suggest that Iran is not interested in continuing the current dialogue process with Trump's approach. They are saying there is no clear conclusion, no agreement, and now discussions are getting more complicated. And this is where things start getting even more controversial because now Conversations are resurfacing about past leadership, especially Obama. Some statements and reactions online suggest that Iran is more open to negotiating with previous diplomatic approaches, which is bringing back comparison between administrations. At the same time, Trump's position remains very firm on one key issue. Iran must not be allowed to access nuclear weapons under any condition. And this is becoming a major global tension point because it is not just about politics anymore. It's about security, economy, and international stability. Meanwhile, reactions inside America are divided. People are strongly defending Trump and his policies, while others are saying the country is becoming more unstable and divided under constant conflict and pressure, which makes most America to start planning in leaving America. And that's why this situation is spreading fast online because people are not just watching politics anymore, they are emotionally invested in it. Every move becomes a debate, every statement becomes a reaction, and every international response becomes a headline. Now, the real question is this: is America heading towards stronger global control through pressure, or was diplomacy in the past more effective in handling situations like this? Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like this video, share, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss the next conversation. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next episode.